software?
For shoes. Duh. No, seriously, I am going to make this the most expensive shoebox in the world.
Oh. Well, what do you got in there?
Absolutely nothing. I got nothing valuable unless I put my baby in here. Is it noon yet?
Yeah, it's noon. Hey everybody, thanks for staying up till noon. My name is Ryan.
My name is Cory.
Friday.
Another Friday.
Another week is complete. And the weekend's getting close. Maybe you've got plans. I know we've got plans.
Favorite day of the week is Friday.
Favorite day of the week is Friday. Fridays are pretty good. I find it's, you always get like, when the weekend comes up, you always feel like really tired. But then right when Friday comes up and you're officially done, it's like, bam, you're just immediately going.
Especially at noon. Especially at noon.
Yeah, I mean, it's noon. It's a good time to enjoy your Friday. You're halfway there. So that being said, we're going to get right into it. You know our Fridays. So our first segment is...
Hey, I didn't know that. Facts for this afternoon. I didn't know that. Facts for this afternoon.
So yes,
facts for this afternoon.
Facts for this afternoon. Every Friday we've got some cool facts, all a little bit random, and it's a good conversation starter around the water cooler at lunchtime. So you can impress your friends, maybe even your boss. Actually, you know what, Cory? Ask me a question about last week's facts.
One of last week's facts.
Yeah.
Did you know that the patent for the fire hydrant was burned in a fire?
Wow, Cory, me being the boss of Vandal Industries, this company that you work for, I couldn't be more impressed by that fact. Us standing by the water cooler, you can have the rest of the day off, and you are being promoted to vice president because you knew that fact.
Yes.
See how simple it was? Like, that could happen to you. So, good to know your facts. Share them with your friends.
What do we do at Vandal Industries?
We sell
paper clips.
We sell a lot of paper clips. We're a multi-billion-dollar company. Very successful. So yes, I'll take it away with the first fact here. The myth that carrots improve night vision was started on purpose in World War II as an explanation for why German planes kept getting shot down at night. In reality, radar was just invented.
Oh, that's a new one. I didn't know that one.
I didn't know that one either.
You didn't know that either, I bet.
Share it with your boss, get a promotion, send us money. Please.
I got one here that there is a limit to the amount of helium that is left in the world.
Yeah.
Some people, I don't know if you ever heard that one. Prices for helium, and it sounds like I'm talking like that. Prices for helium have gone up significantly because of the scarcity of helium left in the world.
Yeah, I've also heard of this one a couple of years ago. I don't know if it's gotten better, but I have heard that they are running lower on helium, which is kind of weird because it's like the most common gas. But
it's also like fossil fuel, like gas and oil too. You always hear people are like, "Well, in the next 10 years, we're all tapped out, and we're gonna have to start walking." And
totally.
But you look at a different source, and we've got enough for hundreds of years. Like, who knows?
Yeah, who knows exactly?
Who knows?
Scientists will work on. Who knows? In 2014, a Michigan oncologist. A Michigan oncologist was convicted and sentenced to 45 years in prison after it was discovered that he'd bilked 553 cancer.
We are awesome today.
553 cancer patients for millions by overtreating, undertreating, misdiagnosing, and even administering treatment to people that had never had cancer in the first place. Wow. He deserves to be in prison for that. That's terrible. Those families must have been relieved to find out that he didn't have, or that they didn't have cancer. But geez.
Only 45 years.
Yeah, that's stupid. I mean, many people.
We should get his name.
I don't think we can say his name online. But if we can, we'll post it right here, and you can shame him and do what you want.
Idiot.
Next fact is police in West Germany located a man who had a warrant for unpaid fines. They confronted him just as his slot machine struck a jackpot, and he avoided jail time by paying his fines on the spot. He owed $710 and won $1,000.
That's just that is really good luck. Like, imagine just being in handcuffs, one more. He's so addicted to gambling. One more, and just oh, here. They're like, okay, bye. Yeah, that's
interesting, but I was hoping that he would have owed more. It would have made it more interesting.
yeah, no kidding. That's not that much.
But it is really neat.
The next fact here is consuming even 15 milligrams of the elemental tellurium, I guess, tellurium, can cause your sweat and breath to smell like garlic for 8 months. Tellurium. 15 milligrams.
Does anybody know what tellurium is?
We don't.
We don't.
We just know the fact. You guys do the research.
Impress your boss.
Impress your boss by not knowing what the hell tellurium is.
Well, impress him with this one. Sitting close to a TV or monitor is not actually bad for your eyes. That was a myth likely perpetrated by adults to keep kids from blocking the TV. And we still do it.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Well, it's kind of hard to do it when your TV is 100 inches like big now, right? So
you know what? Like bad for the eyes, maybe not, but like sit like this for how long, and you're going to have a headache and
you're
everything.
You're going to have a headache, sore eyes and all that.
But
stuff,
in terms of bad for your eyes, I guess this fact says it's not.
Well, that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's the end of that segment, and which leads to our next segment.
What would? Hey everybody, what would?
Yes, what would? It's that part of Friday again, our second segment, and it's labeled What Would.
What would?
And for this episode, we are talking about what would be the most expensive way to fill a shoebox.
Most expensive way to fill a
Interesting,
shoebox.
Yeah. I was quite interested when I read this one. I don't know about you, but here we go.
You're going to find out. So what can you put into a size 11, that's the average shoebox size that we're going to use here, to make it the most expensive shoebox on the planet? Shoebox full of valuable stuff seems to top out at around $2 billion, surprisingly. This turns out to be true for a wide range of possible fillings, though.
So, we were thinking of some things. Immediately, you think of actual objects, like, hard objects that you would put in there, and it's really tough to figure what you can throw in there, but if you expand your horizons a bit and think about other possibilities, what about software or digital content?
Yeah.
Example, like 64 gig or 128, I think there's even 256s that are being processed out there right now.
Yeah.
So huge capacity micro SD cards. You know how small those are and how many you can fit in a shoebox.
The size of your nail, basically, on your fingernail.
Take an iTunes song, for example. Average iTunes song, like a buck each or something.
Two, yeah.
And judging on how many micro SD cards that you can fit into a shoebox, I mean, obviously it ranges depending on what you throw in there, but you'll get about 1.6 petabytes per gallon of space.
That's impressive.
In a micro SD card. So a men's size 11 shoebox is about 10 to 15 liters, depending on the brand and shoe, obviously.
Yeah.
So that would mean that we're able to hold about 1.5 to 2 billion 4 megabyte songs.
Wow.
If you shove micro SD cards in there. So at about $1 each, that's about 20 times as many songs as the iTunes store offers.
Yeah, you'd have a lot of copied and pasted songs in there.
So you'll have to buy some of the songs more than once, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a lot of storage. So anyway, at a buck each, so between $1.5 to $2 billion worth of music just in a shoebox.
Just in a shoebox. That's pretty amazing. That's incredible. Another thing, as we're talking about storage, is expensive software like Photoshop, for example.
Yeah,
slightly higher cost to megabyte ratio.
Not just music.
Yeah, exactly. So higher cost to megabyte ratio. Since it retails for several $100s, it takes up several hundred megabytes of space. Once you start considering software prices, you can probably crank the cost of things in a shoebox as high as you want, making unlimited in-app purchases. Makes sense, right? Like you can buy a million things in a bunch of apps.
Yeah, and we know people who start playing games. And
exactly, like RPG characters that are
just keep dumping money into them.
And all that stuff. So yeah, spending a lot of hard-earned money on characters, it's hard to argue with a straight face that your character is any sense worth $1 trillion. Although I did have a pretty sweet paladin in Diablo 2 level 98, Hammerdin. Some nerds will know that. Some nerds will know that and be like, yeah, Hammerdin was a sweet class.
Check out my $1 trillion character.
Use a Hammerdin level 98.
So we're going to get back to like actual objects now. So we know that you can cram a lot of money worth of software, but what about objects? There's the obvious one. There's gold, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So 13 liters, which would fit in a shoebox, like we said, worth of gold is about $10 to $12 million. Platinum is a little more expensive at about $13 million per shoebox. Platinum, I mean, who's going to get platinum?
Yeah.
That's about 10 times the value of a shoebox full of $100 bills. Yeah, so I mean, again, the immediate thing people think is we'll throw bills in there. But
yeah.
I mean, no, gold and platinum. On the other hand, though, the shoebox that's full of gold would probably weigh as much as a small horse.
Yeah, it wouldn't be really at all convenient to carry around,
that
or
box,
even
the box wouldn't hold it.
Yeah, exactly. There are more expensive metals out there that you can put in a shoebox. A gram of pure plutonium, for example, would cost about $5,000. For 1 gram, that's
Wow.
a lot of money.
That's crazy.
As a bonus, plutonium is even denser than gold, which means you could fit about 300 kilograms of it in a shoebox, which is pretty crazy to think about. So this could be one of the most expensive ways to fill the box. But before you spend $3 billion on plutonium, take note, plutonium's critical mass is about 10 kilograms. So while you could fit 300 kilograms in a shoebox, you can only do it briefly before you basically blow up. It would blow up. You wouldn't live through to see the shoebox filled with plutonium.
Neither would the city around you.
Exactly. So you're unlikely to find a buyer, unfortunately, if you're wanting to fill a shoebox with plutonium.
So right now, plutonium wins at $3 billion, but it's kind of disqualified because you can only fit 10 grams in there.
Yeah.
High quality diamonds are another alternative, but it's hard to get a handle on their exact price because the entire industry was built on a scam. I mean, the gemstone market's complicated.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll just say that.
Diamonds are forever, right?
But no, seriously, we know that one site quotes a price for $300,000 for a flawless 3-carat diamond, which means that a shoebox full of perfect quality gems that are appraised super high could be worth as much as $20 billion. But in actuality, $1 to $2 billion is probably more reasonable based on what you're actually going to get for it.
Yeah.
So you can't say that. Like, I can say this is priceless. This is worth $20 billion and put a shoebox full of mugs.
Yeah,
but it's not. It doesn't mean anything. It's
Yeah.
what you can actually get for it. So I don't think diamonds don't win. I think you can probably get about, like I said, about $1 to $2 billion worth of diamonds in there.
That makes sense. But then we're going to go into a little bit of a darker part here. What about drugs?
Yeah,
drugs.
Everybody's thinking that. You're all thinking that.
We're all thinking that. Many illegal drugs by weight more valuable than gold, of course. Cocaine's price varies a lot, but in many areas in the neighborhood of about $100 per gram. Gold is currently about half that. But however, cocaine is much less dense than gold, so a shoebox full of cocaine would be less valuable than one of gold, which is kind of like a cool little fact.
Yeah,
You'd think so, but you would think it would be the other way around, but no.
Well, cocaine is not the most expensive drug by weight, if you can believe. LSD, probably the most widely consumed substance sold to consumers by the microgram, costs about 1,000 times more than cocaine by weight. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I'm not a drug connoisseur whatsoever, but I didn't know that.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
a shoebox full of pure LSD wins at the moment at about $2.5 billion.
That's crazy.
So if you can get pure LSD, if you can get it,
if you can get it, why not?
Give us some.
Give us some so we can sell it.
We can put it in a shoebox. That's all we're gonna do with it.
Oh, that's funny.
So some prescription drugs can be just as expensive as LSD. A single dose of brentuximab, I don't even know what to say. We're gonna put it on the bottom here.
Yeah, it'll be spelled out.
This prescription drug can cost $13,500 for the average patient. So put that in the shoebox. It values in the same $2 billion range, a little bit lower than LSD, plutonium, and the micro SD, but about $2 billion for a prescription drug.
A prescription drug. Well, those are pretty cool things. But what about shoes? You can always put shoes in a shoebox, right?
Exactly.
I mean, let me reiterate on this. Judy Garland's shoes from Wizard of Oz sold at auction for $666,000, and unlike other things we've considered, may have at one point actually been in a shoebox, on purpose, as to sell.
It's not the most expensive, but they're shoes.
Yeah.
If you really want to fill a shoebox with an arbitrarily large amount of money, you could get the U.S. Treasury to mint you $1 trillion platinum coin.
Which makes sense.
Yeah,
but,
and there you go. And
I mean, if you're going to go that route, I guess you can always just write a check for $6 sextillion and place it in the shoebox.
Exactly.
So I'm pretty sure that's going to win.
So in conclusion, what do you think wins here?
I'm pretty sure the check with $6 sextillion, like last week when we told you how much six sextillion is 21 zeros after a 6. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the check wins.
For something that can fetch actual money, I guess the LSD is the best thing ever.
Drugs, right?
Very interesting. But I hope you really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
These are a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, they
Wet
are.
woods.
What was,
Enjoy your Friday.
Let us know
Enjoy
down
your
below.
Friday.
Let us know down below what you think of the episode as well as the facts that we spoke about earlier. Maybe you've got some additional information you'd like to give, or maybe you'd like to give us something else that we maybe missed that may be expensive to put in a shoebox. So, let us know.
While you're standing around the coolers and while you're having lunch here with your phones, like and share it.
Yeah.
Hit like and then share it so somebody else can do the same thing.
Exactly. Like, come on, guys. And then also don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is really important to us. That way you can tune in Monday through Friday, right at noon.
Quick access to all of our social media links and any other information that you want, including our merch, will be on our website, uptillnoon.com. Get over there.
And that being said, we also we have merch on our website. You can check it out. You can check it out.
I don't think you've gotten through one of those.
You can check it out. You can see our mugs. They're pretty cool, pretty nifty. We got a couple mugs. We've got shirts now too. So if you're interested, email us at contact@uptillnoon.com, and we'll hit you back and let you know where you can get them and how you can get them, and we'll get them to you. So that being said, it's Friday. It's the weekend. So as always, guys,
thanks for staying up till noon. Hey everyone, wasn't that a great episode? Click above me to see our previous video.
If you're binge watching and want to check out the next one, click right up here.
Check us out on all social media's finest platforms such as Facebook,
Twitter,
Instagram,
our Google Plus, and our Snapchat username is UpTillNoon.
Visit our website above.
UpTillNoon.com.
We'll take you to where you want to go for all our social media links.
Yeah!